else. And he said, that's what I was talking about.
VOA, exploring the world around us.
아델 씨가 아침을 준비하고 있습니다. 아침을 기다리는 장세영 씨와 아들 성희. 사랑스러운 눈으로 남편과 아들을 지켜보는 아델 씨. 장세영 씨와 아델 씨는 프로 댄서들입니다. 이들은 미국과 영국, 한국을 대표해 여러 대회에서 우승을 차지한 댄서 부부입니다. 이들은 춤 파트너로 처음 만나서 가정을 이루고 어느덧 4살 아들까지 뒀습니다.
Your sandwich is the best.
세영 씨는 아침 식사 후 오랫동안 미뤄왔던 방충망을 교체합니다. 성희도 한몫 거두는데요. 학생들을 가르치랴 댄스 대회를 준비하랴 늘 바쁜 세영 씨. 아빠가 항상 함께해주지 못해도 잘 자라고 있는 성희가 대견스럽습니다.
Pick one.
자, 이제 방충망 작업도 끝났고요. 유치원에 갈 시간. 성희는 팰리세이드 파크에 있는 키디 칼리지 유치원에 다닙니다. 엄마와 함께라면 학교 가는 것도 즐거운 성희. 집에 혼자 남은 장 씨는 하루를 준비합니다. 체육학 박사를 받은 장 박사님. 댄스에 대한 이해와 탐구로 평범한 댄서를 넘어 더욱 깊은 것을 추구하고 있습니다.
학생들 지도를 하려면 인체 해부학 아주 쉽게 이렇게 풀어져 있죠. 몸을 어떻게 나누고 어느 동작, 어느 근육, 어느 머슬을 사용을 해서 해야 되는지. 만약에 이렇게 언나로미 키네시올로지를 모르고 그냥 학생들을 지도를 하면 많은 부상 때문에 오랫동안 춤을 출 수가 없게 됐어요.
오후 4시. 성희를 데리러 유치원에 왔습니다. 아델 씨는 댄서지만 성희를 키우는 데는 보통 엄마들과 다를 것이 없습니다.
Here's what's going to happen tonight, Sunghi. Mommy teaches gym for 2 hours, okay? So you've got 2 hours to relax and play with your toys. You understand? Yeah? And then we can go home. You got it? Okay, thank you.
도착한 곳은 이들 부부의 댄스 스튜디오. 10년 전 아델과 세영이 춤을 췄던 이곳에서 지금은 학생들을 가르치고 있습니다. 세영 씨가 공연에 쓸 음악을 편집하고 있는데요. 최고의 아름다움을 표현하기 위해서는 춤과 음악이 완벽하게 어울려야 합니다.
안무에 맞춰서 음악을 재편집을 하면 동작은 동작대로 계속 살아있고 음악도 음악대로 계속 그 동작에 맞춰서 새로운 형태의 그 리듬감을 간직할 수 있죠. And then we go walk, walk, quick, quick, tap. Now slow, slow, tap. And then
박자에 맞춰 리드하는 세영 씨.
slow, ta, ta.
아델도 댄스의 기본 스텝을 학생에게 열심히 가르치고 있습니다. 춤을 잘 추기 위해서는 스텝과 박자가 잘 맞아야 하는데요. 생각만큼 쉽지 않네요.
제가 춤을 추는 이유는 제 삶을 보다 윤택하고 아름답게 하고 싶어서 저는 춤을 춥니다. 춤에는 모든 것이 다 들어있다고 생각이 돼요. 물론 사랑도 있고 시기도 있고 질투도 있고 하지만 가장 좋은 거는 내가 사랑하는 사람과 춤을 춘다라는 거예요.
사랑과 열정 그리고 수많은 이야기가 여기에 들어 있습니다. 10년을 함께 춤을 춰왔지만 완벽한 호흡을 위해서 끊임없이 연습을 합니다. 아델과 세영 씨는 학생들을 가르치면서도 중요한 대회는 놓치지 않는데요. 며칠 후에 나갈 버지니아주 댄스 스포츠 챔피언십 준비가 한창입니다.
무브먼트를 선택을 해서요. 같이 와이프하고 저하고 좋아하는 걸로 먼저 선정을 했고요. 그 다음에 저희 코치가 또 가이드 해주시는 걸로 이번 금요일 날 대회할 코리아오피를 준비하고 있습니다. The space is a little bit. I'm here and then you're there, but I want you to be here and then I can go.
We're always here.
Yeah.
We're always here.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever he gets so excited, it's this taekwondo energy comes out and it's so shocking and it's so strong. He doesn't even realize it's inside of him.
So when he gets excited, I get the brunt of it at the end, and he's supposed to like guide me out, and then all of a sudden he'll just go, and I'm on the end of it spinning away, and I can't, for the life of me, do anything.
서로 다른 점이 있어도 웃음으로 풀어나갑니다.
항상 서로 맞춰가는 그런 부분에서 우리가 살아가는 삶하고 댄스 코리오그래피하고는 같다고 생각이 돼요. 연습하는 그런 과정에서도 서로 맞춰가는, 그러니까 저만 생각할 수도 없고 또 와이프만 생각할 수도 없고 저의 인생도 저의 춤 세계도 있으니까.
성희는 얌전하게 기다리고 있네요. 이렇게 열정적인 두 댄서지만 휴식 시간만큼은 성희에게 집중하는 다정한 엄마 아빠입니다.
Okay, ready.
My parents, they have a studio in England, so my life was centered around their studio. I don't want that to happen with him.
Right, Sunghi dance now. Sunghi's turn.
Slow, slow, rock, 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 back, side, close, dance and eyebrows. Ready, go, and slow, slow, rock, rock, rock.
예전에는 정말 힘들었거든요. 근데 아이가 없을 때는 더 힘들었었어요. 근데 아이가 생기고 나서는 서로 이해해 주는 게 더 많아진 것 같아요. 아이가 없었을 때는 그냥 우리들만 같이 대화하고 그냥 끝나면 되는데, 아이가 있었을 때는 뭔가 그 듣는 것도 그리고 이해해 주는 것도 더 많이 좋아진 것 같아요. 그래서 춤추는 게 한결 가벼워졌어요.
드디어 대회가 열리는 날, 시합을 위해 버지니아에 왔습니다.
The weather wasn't good, but it's okay. We stopped for food, so the little one's okay. He's ready to fly.
성희는 신이 났습니다. 아델은 도착하자마자 의상을 준비하기에 바쁩니다. 성희도 노느라고 바쁘네요.
Last minute.
What happened?
The belt, I have a new belt which I didn't attach to it. So I don't want to use the old belt anymore. So now I have to change the belt before we dance.
Great to see you. Nice to see you too.
반가운 사람들 다시 만났군요. 세영 씨가 번호판을 받으러 갑니다.
와우, 트리플 원, 예.
설레는 마음으로 오늘 밤 춤을 출 무대를 살펴봅니다. 방으로 돌아온 세영 씨.
대회 날은 와서 식사를 하고 대회 가기가 좀 힘들어요. 간단하게 싸운 거 가지고 먹고 그날은 대회를 하고 뭐 이제 또 뭐 며칠 하는 대회면 이제 그때 이제 호텔에서 주문을 하든지 아니면 밖에 나가서 이렇게 먹죠. 네, 제일 맛있는 것 같아요, 우리 한국 음식이. Do you want rice cake? 너무 맛있어요. 제가 대회가 예를 들어서 한 first round, quarter final, semi final, final 이렇게 긴 시간에는 호텔에 베이비시터가 있어요. 오늘 같은 경우는 저희 양구부님이 계시기 때문에 어머님이 봐주실 것 같아요, 대회 중에는.
The nerves always get to me, no matter if it's like a show or a little competition or a big competition. I'm always so nervous.
바쁘게 준비를 하다 보니 어느덧 밤이 됐습니다.
You don't have to dance, but put your shoes on anyway, okay?
I don't want to
dance, that's okay.
Some little dancing shoes, that's okay.
그런데 세영 씨, 왜 팔을 올리고 있을까요?
번호판이 이렇게 기울어지니까 팔을 들고 딱 잡아놓고 하는 게 평평해집니다. 깨끗하죠? 번호판을 볼 때, 심사위원이 볼 때도 정확하게 번호가 보이니까.
무대로 출발하는 온 가족, 성희가 앞장서 뛰어갑니다. 댄서들은 이미 관중들과 심사위원들 앞에서 화려한 춤을 선보이고 있습니다. 무대 나가기 전 마지막 호흡을 맞추는 부부. 드디어 손을 잡고 입장하는 세영과 아델. 성희도 엄마 아빠를 지켜봅니다. 오랫동안 연습으로 기량을 쌓은 세영과 아델. 오늘 저녁 모든 것을 보여주고 있습니다. 두 사람의 완벽한 호흡. 서로를 바라보는 눈빛에서 기쁨과 사랑이 묻어납니다. 아델은 춤이 끝나자마자 곧바로 성희에게 갑니다. 드디어 결과가 발표되는데요. 오늘 우승자는 버지니아주 스포츠 댄스의 챔피언이 됩니다. 이제 남은 것은 우승과 준우승. 세영과 아델이 보이네요.
From Palisades Park, New Jersey, number 111, Zhang and Adele Don. And placing first in the waltz, second in the tango, first in foxtrot, and second in Viennese waltz.
공동 1위인데 그걸 타이라 그러거든요. 그렇게 해서 룰 11이라는 그런 규칙이 있어요. 만약에 두 커플 중에 정말 진짜로 이렇게 공동 1위에서 정말 1위를 나누면 룰 11에 의해서 1등을 가진 저지가 한 번이라도 더 준 친구들한테 가거든요. 그래서 이제 저 친구들이 그게 있었던 거예요. 그래서 이제 아쉽게 이제 준우승을 했는데 그래도 저희는 열심히 한 것 같고 후회는 없는 것 같아요. 여기까지 와서.
오늘 밤 아델의 마지막 댄스 파트너 바로 성희입니다.
대회가 끝났을 때는 무조건 후련한, 그리고 이제 선수로서의 그런 느낌은 이제 끝났고 이제 다시 일상생활로 돌아와서 아기하고 와이프하고 저는 이제 남편으로서 아빠로서의 그 모습으로 이제 돌아가는 거예요. 그러면 대회가 잘 됐든 안 됐든 아무 상관없어요.
VOA presents the following National Geographic program as we continue to explore the world around us.
Some of you may not know, but there are stingrays in fresh water. There are probably 30 or so species of stingrays that live in fresh water. And 3 of those species are some of the world's largest freshwater fish. The first project that we had, it was on this species here, the giant freshwater stingray that's found in Southeast Asia. And so we worked with the recreational anglers to catch, tag, and release these fish to try to get information about their movement patterns. This is a video of us trying to catch one of these big fish so that we can get measurements and tag and release it.
Around now, you can see it in the water, it's spinning around, it's trying to get out. That nose, okay, there's the tail, everyone's careful. We got it, we have it. There it is, wow. Oh, there it is. We tie the barb to get a closer look. This could be the largest ray that I've ever seen, and it could be the biggest freshwater fish on Earth. So let's get a total length. It's 12 feet long, and now I really want to get a width. 7 feet 2 inches wide. This is the biggest freshwater stingray I've seen. So this ray is probably 400, maximum 500 pounds. As big as it is, I don't think it's a world record. Here it goes. There you go. Yeah, nice. Oh. Awesome.
This is the second species of big freshwater ray. This is called a short-tailed river ray. And we were down in Argentina trying to find this ray, and we know next to nothing about these fish. One of the reasons why we don't know very much, they're camouflaged, they hide in the mud, they're so big that fishermen down there, when they hook into one, they don't even try to land it. They can't even bring it up with the fishing gear that they use. So this is a species that's really in need of more study. And then the third species of giant ray occurs in northern Australia. And it could be the biggest of all the rays. There are stories of rays 10 feet in width. So that a ray in 10 feet in width, it would probably be 20 feet long. And that species, I have a video of it here, was only described in 2008. This is the giant carp. So the giant carp, it's now critically endangered, so there are very few of these carp left. And the only place I know that it's still caught is in Cambodia on the Tonle Sap River in the week basically before the full moon in November. And so you can imagine if you're trying to study or better understand one of these fish, and there's only one place at one time of year in the world where you can find it, it's a huge challenge. And as you can probably guess, a lot of these fish are endangered. About 70% of them are at risk of extinction. This is a Chinese paddlefish, found only in the Yangtze River. Very unusual fish, long, slender fish with a sword-like snout that could get 20 feet long. And to my knowledge, none of these fish have been seen in several years. So this could be the first one of these big fish that actually has disappeared. But my concern is that if we don't do something, it might not be the last. One thing I just want to emphasize, these fish, one thing they're not is they're not dangerous. That fish, it might look mean, but it's not mean inside. It's not mean inside. We've been swimming with pools and pools of 30 or 40 of these alligator gar, and they don't give you the time of day.
VOA, exploring the world around us.
It is time for all responsible nations to join forces to isolate the North Korean menace. North Korean nuclear weapons and missile development threaten the entire world with unthinkable loss of life. All nations must act now to ensure the regime's complete denuclearization.
Carol Highsmith has been called America's photographer. She's been traveling the U.S. for more than 3 decades, taking pictures of the people and places that make America unique.
When I go out across America, what do I photograph? Everything. Someone said to me, well, why would you photograph the Golden Gate Bridge, for instance? Everybody's taking photographs of it. Yes, there will be images of the Golden Gate Bridge that may exist 500 years from now, but the ones that we know will exist in high resolution will be mine at the Library of Congress.
Highsmith is collaborating with the Library of Congress in Washington, the largest library in the world, to capture as many images as she can.
It's important that we have our beautiful scenes tucked away and a place that knows all about preservation.
Her vast collection, all copyright-free, includes many memorable images of America's national parks.
I've been to most of them, and it's everything from the spectacular and vast Grand Canyon to wintertime scenes of Yellowstone.
At Yellowstone, America's first national park, she was mesmerized by the bison.
I would say really in all the wildlife images I've taken, and I've taken a lot, the bison are the best in a sense that they look like they come from 100,000 years ago. You're looking at this vast, gorgeous landscape of Yellowstone, and the winter and the fall and the spring, and you're seeing the bison babies, and all of the calves, and you just think about, will this always be?
Highsmith shoots at all hours and every weather condition, and has even had to face her fear of flying.
So I finally get to Alaska, and I'm going to Denali, and I hire a plane to take me up there. The whole way there, I'm thinking, how can I get out of this? I just say, you must do it. So I did it. But to photograph it, and then to photograph Ruth Glacier, which is huge, and to know that maybe someday it'll be gone, it was just an experience and a half.
It's that fear of iconic American landscapes and landmarks one day disappearing that motivates her.
They say Yellowstone, it could just blow up. Will the bison be there in Yellowstone? The Washington Monument. We had an earthquake here in Washington, D.C. That whole thing could have just collapsed. So I'm just there to capture it as it looks right now.
Some of her experiences have been especially meaningful.
So I'm at Ford's Theater 150 years after Lincoln died. Right there. And there are reenactors, and there was this man. I thought, whoa, you can almost feel like what it must have felt like to be there at that night. I also photographed, for instance, the coat that Lincoln wore the night he died, with his bloodstains on it. So to be close to these artifacts is just incredible.
Carol Highsmith will be remembered not only for her work, but for the singular act of generosity that has defined her career.
I'm just glad to be there. I'm glad to have this as my job.
Julie Tabo, VOA News, Washington.
John Davis, and this is Motor Week. Join us as we slip into the renewed style and luxury of the Buick Encore. Pat Goss has the tools to keep you on the cutting edge of car care. Zach Maskell gets his total Corvette on. Then it's more of every kind of performance in the Porsche 911 GTS. So come drive with us next.
Motor Week, television's original automotive magazine.
The Buick Encore was an early entrant into what has become a crowded and highly competitive subcompact luxury crossover segment. So in order to maintain its early lead, it gets a few updates, ones that should keep it Buick's #1 selling vehicle, as well as keep competitors on their toes. We've been admirers of the Buick Encore since it first arrived for 2013. GM was clearly ahead of the small luxury crossover trend. But with so many other brands jumping into the segment, it didn't take long for Encore to look a little stale. This 2017 edition is more than just a flashy refresh, however, with significant updates that should have plenty of fans calling for another Encore. But starting with the sheet metal, everything forward of the A-pillars is new. Most prominent is a rounder nose, sporting Buick's new winged grille. Both hood and fenders are smoother. This more modern design is clearly better looking, but we have to say it is also less distinctive than before. Inside, just about everything in front of the driver has been updated. The dash layout is enhanced, getting a more cockpit-style form. Upgraded materials, and better fitment for the new 8-inch color touchscreen. Some built-to-price reminders remain, and it's still nowhere near as luxurious feeling as competitors like the Lexus NX, but all in all, it's a big improvement. Keyless entry with push-button start are new, as are the 4.2-inch color info display in the gauge cluster, and available Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Rear seat room continues to be tight, but adult space is more than plentiful up front. Cargo space remains merely adequate at 18.8 cubic feet, 48.4 with seatbacks folded, though the Encore is one of the few remaining vehicles that also has a fold-flat front passenger seat for toting longer items. For 2016, Sport Touring trim arrived, and with it, more power for the 1.4-liter i4 Turbo. It now outputs 153 horsepower and 177 pound-feet of torque. The 138 horsepower version remains standard, as does a 6-speed automatic transmission. Active on-demand all-wheel drive is available. While we didn't find that base engine underpowered previously, the Sport's added pep is much appreciated, especially for highway merging. You feel like you have a little more control over your situation. Now, Encore is not as refined feeling on the road as its larger Buick crossover siblings, but it is noticeably quieter than chassis-made Chevrolet tracks. Put it to the test at the track, this Encore gets to 60 well over a second quicker than the original at 8.6 seconds. There's enough torque for a snappy launch, but things taper off pretty significantly on the top end. Factor in slow, momentum-killing shifts from the transmission, and the quarter mile seems to take a lot longer than the indicated 16.6 seconds at 83 miles per hour. Not exactly thrilling, but again, over a second faster than before. Nothing changes in the chassis department, so the surprisingly fun and nimble nature that we praised is still in effect. Here is where you notice the Encore's Opal design roots the most. Push too hard, however, and traction control is quick to shut the party down. Steering is quick, has good weight, and even decent feel. Body roll is relatively minor. 115 feet was our average stopping distance from 60, with good stability and only slight fade after repeated runs. Government fuel economy ratings for our sport touring all-wheel driver are 26 city, 31 highway, and 28 combined. So our 27.8 miles per gallon average on regular was right on. Slightly better than average for the energy impact score, using 11.8 barrels of oil yearly with annual CO2 emissions of 5.2 tons. Pricing starts at just $23,915, though for that you get front-wheel drive only. The cost for adding all-wheel drive varies as you escalate the trim levels from there. If you want heated seats, you'll have to step up to Essence trim, putting you close to $30,000. Without a doubt, the Buick Encore has been a big success, so making it more appealing to more people seems like a no-brainer. That's what GM has done, and it's sure to keep the band playing on. Our success story this week takes us to Asheville, North Carolina, where they're driving on sunshine. Brightfield Transportation Solutions has deployed over 100 EV charging stations in North Carolina and beyond. Some are standalones, while others, like this one at Earth Fair, a regional grocer, integrate solar power. The 8 solar panels can provide up to 15,000 miles of zero-emission solar-powered driving every year.
If you drive an EV and you're powered off of the average grid mix in America, you're going to see a 60% reduction in your greenhouse gas emissions. If you go to driving on sunshine, it's a 100% reduction.
Retailers, universities, and cities purchase Brightfields to attract EVs, showcasing their clean energy commitment and building goodwill. With help from the Land of Sky Clean Vehicles Coalition, more stakeholders are investing in EV charging stations to keep the Tar Heel State's highlands bright. Just follow the American flags and the burnout marks, and like our over-the-edge guy, Zach Maskell, you'll wind up at the world's biggest all-Corvette show. So let's tag along with Zach as he pops the hoods on both the cars and the judges' heads to get an inside look at what it takes to drive away with a trophy for the best plastic fantastic.
From this 1953 Corvette cutaway to the minty fresh revived Stingrays of today, the 35th anniversary of this 4-day show includes burnout competitions, part installs, and special guests like Reeves Calloway.
Around 60,000 fans from around the world gather here at Carlisle, Pennsylvania. There's over 5,000 Corvettes with every year and model being represented.
People come from all over the world. They come from Australia, they come from New Zealand, they come from Europe. And then they come locally from the Mid-Atlantic and points west of the Mississippi, and they all want to come to celebrate America's sports car.
Although 1 million vets have been made, the Holy Grail has not been lost. In 1967, GM wanted to build a pure drag and road racing car to compete against Porsche and Ferrari.
They came up with this, the L88.
20 were made that year, 16 are known to still exist, and 8 are right here. And I found a common theme around the Carlisle Fairgrounds. No one would even consider selling me their car.
Now, as long as I got my health, it's going to stay with me for a long, long time because I'm just blessed to have a piece of history like this.
With these few worth around $30 million collectively, even if I had the dough, I can understand.